Hey everybody, Shane here, dailyastrocat.com, and today is Monday. It's the 25th of May. It's Memorial Day here in the United States, right? So, it's kind of a holiday, right, for a lot of people. If you work, I hope you're making time and a half, and if you're not, stay for some astrology. Let's go. Or if you're going to work, listen in, okay? Because that's where we get most of our people listening to us on podcasts and stuff like that. So, the moon begins the day void, of course. And it's in Virgo, and it will enter Libra at 10:34 in the morning. Okay, so we've got some time to get some stuff done today, right? No more void of course moon, not for a little while anyway, right? Now we're going to try to find a reason to not do the things that we thought we needed to do yesterday. Does that make sense? This is rough on the solo entrepreneurs because the Libra energy is making us feel like, hey, we could use some help with this. You know, like maybe a partner or something like that, right? Yeah, but it's also going to trigger some cardinal sign oppositions that's going to insist this, right? Oh, yeah, opposite Neptune, opposite Saturn. Oh, we need some help. No, you're not going to get help because the moon's only here for a couple of days. It goes like that, right? Hold that thought. Hold the thought because you may think you need a partner. You may think you need somebody there. It's still there. But that ball is still in play. Remember yesterday's pinball analogy? Yep. That ball is still in play. Remember, don't take your eye off of it. Oh, I put my ball into play last night. I'm racking up a record. Okay, record high score on one platform. You better believe it. It's just going bing, 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 bing. And actually on another platform, too. It did got little confetti sparkles and stuff like that because, hey, this stuff's taken off, right? So, put the ball into play. I'm not sure if it's because I told somebody asked me if the moon will be turned green. I told him, yeah, sure it will. Just put on some green tinted glasses. You'll be fine, right? No, actually, there's a scientific reason why it won't do that. And I enumerated that in my response. Go back and look at yesterday's comments. That would be a good thing to do, right? So, look, record highs. We're doing great. My podcast continues to grow organically. What does this mean for you? Well, whatever you put into play yesterday, I hope it's doing the same thing. I hope you're getting the same kind of results and everything like that, right? Now, the bells and noises that are going off, all that stuff, that watching those numbers, watching those numbers climb and all that stuff. Look, it's trying to distract us, but the thrill is in hearing of all that commotion and watching those numbers, right? They go higher and higher. This feeds the sun and Uranus and Gemini a dopamine hit. Now, the chase will continue today. So the only advice I have for you is to stay creative because we're in bonus territory, and that's today's key word, bonus. All right, so our color is lilac because, Libra likes those pastel tones, so, the softer shade of purple. And today the sun in Gemini can begin to shine through. Okay, so it's been cold and overcast here in New England. Oh, yes, it has. And, some people are even saying, I'm turning my heat on. I did have the heat on today. Look, and it warms up tomorrow, but it's still going to be raining. And it looks like the coming weekend is going to be more of the same. So the sun that's coming out in Gemini, beginning to shine through, it's metaphorical here at 100%. So tech is still playing annoying tricks on us, pulling tricks. It's just like, all right, annoying. And a commitment has been made, and that ball is in play. Now, are we going to make this dream manifest itself? Yes, we are. We are going to make this dream manifest itself. Neptune is one of the planets I tend to take the most liberties with. Why? Well, because I prefer to think of Neptune as the higher octave of Venus. That's not a new thought. And as such, that makes Neptune a female planet. Kind of gives some balance to the structure of things, right? No sea god, no seaweed smelling sea god. No. Not some coastal sea god. It's Neptune, the vast sea, the sea inside, right? Now, and, she's beautiful. She's misty. She's beautiful. And she's just as beautiful as she is, she's just as dangerous, right? That depth is both her greatest strength and greatest peril. Think about it. There's great creativity here, and sometimes that comes with a price. How many musicians have been heavily into drugs or alcohol? That's kind of a Neptune thing, right? Now, Mercury in Gemini is trying to tease something out of Venus. out of this version of Venus, Neptune, right? Yes. Let's tease something out of Neptune. What can we get Neptune to give us? Well, Neptune's good with art, good with creativity, good with all of that stuff, right? But you got to remain tethered. So, put away your distractions, and why don't you try and see what you can build today, right? And we have something going on today that's going to be very, very interesting. Now, emotionally, we told you already that the intuition is kind of taken over. Most people won't be tuned into that vibe, however, but you are, because you listen here, right? And there's an undercurrent there. Now, there's a creative grand trine that you're going to hear a lot about, right? Oh, creative grand trine. We've got Uranus and the sun, and we've got Pluto, and we've got the moon, all in air signs, and they're going to form a creative grand trine. What the heck is that going to be good for? Well, briefly, it's going to highlight our ability to think outside the box suddenly and creatively. Okay, we got some creative stuff going on there. It favors communication, it favors ideas, and our relationship to technology, whether it's worsening or not. Right now, it is deepening, whether you want it to or not. This grand trine will allow us to tweak our offerings, but only for today, because the moon moves quickly through it, right? You're still going to have the little talent trine out there that's anchored between Pluto and where the sun is and where Uranus is. And that's not going to change for pretty much the whole summer. So those planets are going to be right there. Now, the grand trine, yep, tweak our offerings, but just for today. And try to take advantage of it, because this is actually bonus time. And the grand trine roughly lasts until about midnight. Plan on using this energy to augment your efforts and to communicate your ideas. I am looking for ways to expand the number of podcast listeners. What are you looking to accomplish? I'd like to try to find a way to do that. It'd be nice, right? I'm not quite sure how to go about it, but hey, maybe some advertising or something like that. Who knows? I might decide to throw a little bit of money that way, right? Do it occasionally with some of the platforms. Not very, very often, though. I haven't done it yet on TikTok, and I've done it on YouTube once, and I did it on Facebook once. Instagram seems to be gaining some traction, but for some reason, Facebook seems to be adding new listeners just about every day, or new people that like and follow what I do. So even if it's not, I don't know if the short version makes it over there or not. However, that's neither for here nor there, nor to contemplate. Something to find out, right? That's where I need that partner. But you know what? Let it go, because it's only going to be happening when I decide to make it happen, right? And what are you going to be doing, right? What are you going to accomplish? Are you going to do some better graphics? Are you thinking about better response times to engagements? What is it? That sun in Gemini is really going to have us thinking about these things and what can we do better. All right, so let's go down my Gilbert and Sullivan thing, right? Okay, so on this date in 1878, Gilbert and Sullivan's comic opera, the HMS Pinafore, premieres in London. Their first international success. And our birth took me down a rabbit hole tonight, which is why I'm a little bit late, is Bill Robinson. He's born in 1878 and died in 1949. You may not know him by name, but you certainly know him by sight, because he's the guy that did the staircase dance with Shirley Temple. He's an American actor and tap dancer. He did Stormy Weather and The Little Colonel, which is where that tap dance scene comes from. And he's born in Richmond, Virginia. And that is all I have for you. Let's recap, shall we? Today's keyword is bonus, and the color is lilac. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Keep that love coming. Oh my goodness, I just can't believe how this is just building up and building up and building up. I appreciate it. Stay tuned. Make sure you're reaching out and talking to me too. Check the comments. Always check the comments. Read the comments. They're always interesting. Happy Astrocatting. Oh, wait, we need a rating. Today's a 7. Happy Astrocatting.